the first to know. Nsem-Pii TV.
Quickly, Minister for Health, Kwabena Minta Akandoh, Okupimo or Sefi Dwaboswa, on a member of parliament. Or no, this week, Nsem-Pii by one guy be a friend, Raf, the fellow. Now, Okupimo Accra, one of the popular hospital, or Obeka University of Ghana Medical Center, Obeka, the Bank of Ghana Hospital, one key hospital, one crime. The Rich Hospital, and NDC do 2 months or and some other time you deal with it. Now, there's this national service nurse personnel bia or ye Juma. Rich. Allegedly, no any report no they are telling say woman you were honum and who say you do be a rush to the ward. Now, according to report no nani pan accident. And I'm so Emma say show be we will attend to nipa na also any accident in kakra because at least we'll be about hospital. Every patient is every patient. And there's also man they needed respect and any other things. Who they call so you say guy be a friend rough at the phone the video about a video stream live and all the nurse and a whole lot of things banter baby. And of course, so as I'm letting you know, yet said the health minister alcohol. I'm back and forth also between Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwifery Association or money health minister and Ntemama to some extent it is a secretary no cry to Nsem-Pii Akandoh. A whole lot of things. Omoma minister no 48 hours. Say onche a brand friend Ralph. So one Ralph within 48 hours. Nurses for all Ghana and form now, but I now or fact of the case. If we started that you could see say the Nsem-Pii FM, but case in Angas yate rough over the weekend. Rough crow wine now on my find themselves
say Oshe rough a Jumano oye na aya na kamia say Yemfa say oye edema NDC because most of the nyoma aya we nyina oye the promote NDC and after you some of the videos ni bebre owa na odidi NDC executives no echina Raf Echo Rich Hospital say we pra ninsechi etwitwa kakra nti okoy no na o say nurses for no enhwe no na according to the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association no on General Secretary Dr. David Tenkran Twim say asem no esi no ono ekokopie mu ho na report a rege for no de ema no ho asem na American say Raf say oba hospital say we pra kakra na omo enhwe no na omo nso e kire say obi anya accident ene de no aba bepie mu ho nti wa won search atwitwa de follow normal procedure no ne kwakwaye card na oye card wi a na said de wankasa woni mokokopie mu hospital bi ho a ne akekere won sa a check your pressure ansa na ye wi a ya sama say bi akoko consulting room 1 2 3 ne kokohu doctor enti tena se kakra na ye nhwe de wonya accident because ono ne de emergency and now say basa nso a wo say doctors no say wo ho ana nurse ni wo ho kra na wo ye bibi ne de obi ba in critical wo say munyina mutimi kokwaboa na e make sure say doctor ahwe nipa no e ma afi wa stable kakra ansana say be attend to obi kra ya attend and no mo ka so sa na say dia ene wo raf wo kona kotena se na kokofo follow normal procedure akoye wo card no me ade kwansini ena yehu say Raf say watena wache ye ma mehwe no enti wa hyase afa phone e record e mo afre boys bi say omo nso emra hospital ho a omo ba ho a Raf e de camera atu including obi oyare a wankasa wonim say obi eyare na o hospital a untimi emfa camera ento ne so because emra no etia Raf e de camera no kra tu nipa ne so no e ade say nipa ne ka say de Raf eye no enye onya because a hospital still Raf entie ema Raf ekọ so eye video recording ema nkofo na omo ba ye no ebi kra nso assorted nurses no in the beginning no Raf the baba tu just say obi e wo video a e kire so no Raf assaulted nurse ni bi omonfa video no e ma meto abonten ba wo hwe CCTV if you rate hospital ho e ba ya you video ba ko na Raf tene ne nsa e de abo nurse ni ba ko se wo hwe video na nurse ni no em se o kasa kire se ade a Raf wo ye no enye onyae ene ehu se Raf to ne nsa e wo sa video ni enu di adanse e pefe se ampa Raf etimi assaulted sa nurse ni no. Now health minister Ira Kwabena Minta Akandoh enso eba be pie mu ewo ho na obepie mu ewo ho no ono nso ekokohwe situation ne ebehwa video bi eba be to abonten yehu se Minta Akandoh chia Raf a wasan haage no na obepie mu Nsem-Pii FM na obibisa ne se nka nipa watimi adi nyamra nsem sei de eside ne nka minister san akokopie mu ho a ochia no esan haage no ena Kwabena Minta Akandoh se ono de oyi minister de ma Ghanaians enti ontimi enyiyim se obi aba se oba abechia no ose minchia o enti ono de na eye ne responsibility se ochia Raf na ohage no na ministry ne nso san de letter ebeto abonten na de etimi ama nurses no ebu efu kakra ne se according to minister letter no eba beto abonten no letter no na dodo no kire se sa incidents no esi no one ebehwe na wona make sure say obi eba be pie mu e hospital ho ye betinya ye bibia de ama ne ntem na nipa kro na edey etimi akọ ntem but nen command for na expect say minister no be state no on letter nim say perpetrators no especially the leading one no because nipa ba akọ a friend no Raf no e ne frɛ omo maka no omo bai and now minister nso krata na one edeba beto abonten no one and justify say ebeche Raf omo say omo behwe say next time to obi be pie mu hospital ho a ye be make sure say one ebe keka won ho na yetimi ahwe nipa no na okọ but perpetrator na sem de yansha da anti ni wom sa na omo che say nipa na ebe di sa ansem no nso ye benya abotre ni ahwehwe omo nsem but nipa na olidi na nkasa de ye nim no but ono de ya mo ni din me na oka say up to now Raf no yenya enche no and se ye jeni say na eya na se ye twa esa e de ato se now se sisi me nso me yare na me call hospital na se me call na se doctor nhwe me a me ni problem no answer ma twe phone na ma sha se record se me ba ha kra doctors mpe so mbehwe me intimate akwa na me ntumi woni pa ba ko mienu miensa bia na ntoma from account so omumra na momra meboa me because me betena ha say no ye nhwe me enti e was by force ye hwe me enti kire say nurses and doctors amo ha no munya modwuma ye enti obi anso kra ebia ono so call hospital no person ofolo bia because the odi nkan ye Raf no me no wo ka say ye nya nche Raf no now the question me person ibisa ne say se u recodi obi without nipa ne consent kra no a eno e offense ana say enyo offense because okokobo ra ho no patients ni yehu patients ni bebre wo video ni na bi okra o ka se na ma bibi eda obi nsa so na ono nso etimi egina ho se nipa ne nya nhwe no se nipa ne nyina nso betimi asiu sa Raf no for mo privacy ana and esa na ye twa to no eye sapa ana because wo hwe Nsem rich hospital ho one area 2 edwane say Raf ne say nsa chi atwitwi enti e wo se ye hwe no enti ye nya nhwe no ene wo se otimi efa camera na ode call room bia by room ye operation kra na Raf no ahyase ye twa and de wa osibi ekasa no eno nso kra na enye asem kotwa and these are the kind of things say ye ntimi anhwe ne anso anu easily afa ebedu ebekwa akoye say baby a ubedu bia oye too powerful than authorities na abekwa akoto because when they started say ubetimi akọ hospital na okọ hospital ya nhwe wa no afa phone now the video nurses ne doctors ne omo yare say nurses ne doctors no enyo omo adwuma yi meanwhile so authority baby a obekọ bia ye wo procedures e wo say follow enti kwana kwaje card ne kokoye problem ana and the kind of condemnation ni immediately arrest and then kesusu senke bekoso no up to now na enko so now nurse ni no oprai no question o manfo ebisa ne say enti now a nurse for ye safe for my Ghana mu ha na
well me won say wo kasa ni na me try say me appreciate the fact. Now, first of all, no, ma who say nurse ni na kwa kosi rough say or just 7 million Ghana cedis,
Wow.
which is enkan sika now 70 billion.
Hey.
Enti for me any ya Ghana refo a yenya hu asem me say ye be kan few things are akopiem wɔ court because oba no na de court nurse ni na nurse your friend rejoice member rejoice no kwame mfa de aka into ja because of him or the ohwe nsɛm a maame ne de kɔto a be say ye kan na ya appreciate the ɔno ne hu ye then when we are na afia be arrive at conclusion now or say one or nurse ni a or national service ɛwɔ rage ɛwɔ Accra and obobo rafu din dia there. Was it on Sunday, 17th of August? Nurse in the I was on duty at Rage Hospital, assisting with the care of patients under the leadership of the nurse in charge or national service. So Juma under the nurse in charge. Good. Whilst care was being given to patient, a person who had apparently suffered a vehicular accident was brought in and was being cared for. Suddenly, the defendant, which is Ralph, leading some thugs, also entered the facility. And the defendant, Ralph, demanded impatiently to be treated of what he described as an injury to his fingers. Suddenly, the defendant demanded that the staff abandon the other patients under treatment and rather attend to him. Among the patients undergoing treatment at the time was one with an open fracture that was actively bleeding, and efforts were being made to arrest the bleeding. When the defendant, Ralph, was asked by the appropriate staff to get his hospital card, Ralph insisted that he will not go through that time. Ralph insisted that he will not get any hospital card and that his Ghana card should surface as he has all his personal information on the Ghana card. When he was informed that it is not done like that in Ghana, he got visibly angry, hurled insults, abuses, and threats at the hospital staff without any provocation. Ralph, at all material times, was videoing the staff and patients in the room without consent or authorization, an act which clearly breaches the confidentiality required for medical treatment. The defendant, Ralph, unlawfully published the said videos recordings online without the consent of the hospital, the staff, or the patient. Though there was no active bleeding on Ralph's fingers, the nurse personally provided first aid to Ralph and addressed his wounds to give him reassurance and comfort so that he could go and get a hospital card for full treatment. Ralph, who was prancing to and fro, intentionally removed the dressing done by the nurse and without any apparent reason went outside, marshaled some thugs, and led them forcibly into the treatment room, emergency room, telling them that the staff had abandoned the patient. Due to the menacing and aggressive posture of Ralph and the accompanying thugs, some of the staff who saw them took to their heels. The nurse was busily engrossed in the provision of care for patients, and while she was diligently attending to patients, the defendant and his followers, Ralph and his followers, accosted her. Ralph, without provocation, struck the nurse's left hand with a clenched fist, blue,
Hey.
and a metallic cellophane. The attack took the nurse by surprise as it was entirely unwarranted and without provocation. Ralph and his followers, who were well-built men, escalated the attack and pounced on the nurse and brutally beat her to pulp from behind and all over her body. As a result, the nurse sustained injuries to her right shoulder, left lower arm, back, waist, and other parts of the body. She also currently has severe headaches, chest pains, and body pains following the attack. The nurse now suffers frequent panic attacks and nightmares as a result of the brutal attack. Last paragraph. The plaintiff, the nurse, has suffered injury as a result of the direct, voluntary, and intentional contact with the plaintiff person by the Ralph and his mob, obviously without the consent of the blah 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 blah. Now, so what kind paragraph 1 up to paragraph 19 maybe was to ask kakra, but how can you see her? You realize that Ralph Rahon proceed the say also in a hospital card because say Ghana buying the health insurance aba. Oko hospital a your body share system nim. You treat you a treatment no be bia be cost system nim. Say na be a hospital bit ma send the claim ama aban say oh Mr. Aba ye hwe no A ye hwe no yare B nti mo man hu ska. So without hospital card no hospital ni ntimi en kan nema mbom. On say also hospital no kura timi hu say oh afi we a isi we nipa 20 ne ba nipa 40 ne hwe omo nipa say ne wa nipa say the accident and then na ban timi nya say oh from January to July no nipa say na nya accident emu say na ewu the cases be an be hospital be a hwe oh dey ntina wa ba accident na den ba den na den ba moto car na den hwe ho bike na ball no say na be at the end of the day sa ban per data be about yewo ni a bibia ho say yare ho sense be say oh afiwe mu nipa de moto hwe ho the tom de hwe ho say bia no mo ko speed obi na de bebo na ban na nya the figures no dey na there so go hospital card is very important and a Raf say oh on your uncle card na o kra Ghana card Ghana card na dey Ghana card dey yet for ultimate replace health insurance because by me environment ya kan bo but o Ghana card and replace your hospital card because oko hospital no be give details bi no mo we yare a ye be hwe wo no ade a wo ba hospital e ka obebo ne o Ghana card no eni say wo yare ana wapra it is okay say wo Ghana card the hospital no hwe Ghana card no at the end of the day say aban ba no obisa hospital no say hospital mo hwe ni pado do say rafu ba ha ane first na call hospital yes or no message aban ba no be confirm say oh yes rafu ba ha be hwe no yare be a wo say ne Ghana card ni Ghana card yare ye hwe no so edi so wo so wapra na nurse ni no rechi a say oh won say chi kran de wo de nyam tre wo de for the meantime wo say wontimi nkwaje card na ma men dress ma me the first aid am ko na kwaje card ne bra en so a wo say wo nko ana nurse ni say wo nko de a ene why na afa mu de ene won so be gina ko at that time no obi so wapra moja e ba o mo hwe ha o be si sizi moja no enti o mo de o mo focus ko ho no afi wapia kwakofa boys aba say waba hospital wapra na nurse for no show o corners wako wawai on search na nurse ni address ma first aid no wawai ni nyina o ba ya wa be take video e wana na wo ka no o be take video Ghana ha menye doctor bioethics we adwuma biem o come medical doctors for ethics on their adwuma ma so doctor ni kure treat obi a eni kwan so disclose ni pan yare enti ye be kai a ma mi gina na yare ko UK na asa na enim yare report ye de no ko because enya allow so be disclose until so no ama ho kwan two so wo ye no surgery ye ntwa camera enti ko hospital CCTV cameras bo bembo operating room consulting room ye mfa CCTV cam ebobo ho kra na ebe cameras na intimi capture sound no ko bi ko doctor ho no mo consulting room not table no tre na yare mche doctor or catch a doctor na apart from doctor no eni kwan so obite enti wo ye hospital betimi the CCTV camera kobo consulting room or say na bibi no obi kwotwe sikan won na be wontimi fa CCTV camera a record sound nko ho because e ho na between the doctor and the patient sanso na ye treat obi a wontimi video now so I heard the fact of the matter lady ne say origin e ma 7 wo rafo
okay
I mean, you go through one. Oje 5 million Ghana cedis. Till damages of 5 million Ghana cedis for battery software. The brown or born or 5 million Ghana cedis. And can you 50 billion.
Yeah.
Two, or the damages of 2 million Ghana cedis for defamatory words. Called rough echo life echo the nurse in Natem. So defamatory. And so the 20 billion. That's I said 70 billion. 3. An order directing RAF to publish unqualified apology and retraction of defamatory words. Unco patch on. There's also 4. Perpetual injunction restraining RAF from publishing any further defamatory matter in relation to the nurse. Perpetual injunction restraining RAF from coming everywhere within 50-meter radius of the plaintiff. Cost including legal fees, any other. Now, nurse in say, or 50 billion, wabono. Wama squad the abono back and front, the insane. The toss me, say, or code di natem on a live stream, or taking video down consent 20 billion. And if you are caught in injunction to Ralph to say, Ralph nam, no who nurse in anywhere, I'll make sure, say, distance a better nurse in a Ralph in 10, about 50 meters. Nurse ni say asem ni si ntu osuro ontimi nkofi ko onim says so kofi kra na wan hwe na Rafa ma boys bi iron nya be kunu. That is the fact of the matter. Now to the health minister, according to Kwabena Minta Akandoh no, I want to reserve my comment. I say what committee, and the committee lawyer wom, nurse ni wom, and other host of people. According to Papa a friend Tony Goodman on a PR Roma, you can say Ministry of Health, or granting interview or city, or say Nyame Adoma committee in a report to be ready on 25th August.
That is this month, yeah.
This month, yeah. Kwamna Minta Akandoh committee in 1 week. So 25th, and Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Nyame Adoma Monday. Report no be ready. Report ni mu no ene ebe hu say hwan na difo ana hwan na say na hwan. Me say me person me blame Raf bebre. The Raf here no enye good. Say ye nu adwuma bia akoma efie bia say mensem kakra ene dey so a obenya 1 or 2 bi. Your lawyers o me bad. Your president o me bad. Your ministers o me bad. Meanwhile o me good. Adwuma bia akoma your bad and good ones. I thought I go hospital 1 or 2 be nurses for one bed there enye ba ni nyina mu no ade araf ye na enye ye mfa akonya we so na ye na enuanom nurses for so nkasa say bibi ba ye wafam de in this case nurse ni no paired enema na akọ court no nurse ni no anjan na adwuma oye na adwuma as nurse ni o ka so onko for card wa anko be o se nipa nko hia nti mamema ne first aid na me hwe no nti ye nuanom nurses so ye mfa bi mfrim sa asem bia ba ye wafa mu de me ye shortest case yi say court a back and forth betima am ye hu me ye sure say we be set record am set standard am Ghana ha because judge no entry the judgment mran no atie rough atie nurse na mo my court nti judge no judgment o de beba no me pese ye nyina ye mpa bi ne enkan ne hu ha wa okọ hospital a steps also of firm even if emergency kura na eneme also of firm ansa na ya ti both parties you betu for by rough as are now 48 hours my calculation chair me say day be 24 hours ti 2 days here 48 hours ti asem ni see Tuesdays I say nan kan 2 days Thursday I was saying catch rough say see I catch rough on an ammo. See, I know the police for us.
See, yeah, be free Raf the name na ya call for the past 2 weeks the come here say wow be ba better na social media na wakasa de ama NPP no say wa anya very careful wo ho na CID about fie and say national security about be foul na ye de ko said the any anim no ye nua fante comedy enom woman baako ade say ye che wo 2 TikTokers bi nso adeɛ sɛ ɔmo nso yɛkyi wɔn saa nso ɛna wuntumi TV presenter baako nso adeɛ sɛ ɔno nso yɛakye no ɛna yɛn nua bɛrima sɛ Obama Pokuase adeɛ sɛ ɔno nso yɛkyi no or in the name of sɛ saa helicopter crash no a ɛbaeɛ no woyi sɛ Obama Pokuase firi mu ɔmo a ɔmo aka no deɛ sɛ helicopter crash na ɛbaeɛ no ho asɛm a ɔmo kɔkae no bɔn anka ne yie a ɛno ɛnam so a yɛba ɛde ba bɛfa ɔmo na sɛ Obama Pokuase deɛ no ɛna ɛyɛ critical kakra because kwan a yɛfa so ɛkɔkɔkye sɛ Obama Pokuase no na sɛ wohwɛ sɛ Obama Pokuase koraa usually enye yie sɛ ɔbɛdwene sɛ o si ɛba abɛkye sɛ Obama Pokuase koraa obɛnya adwene bi sɛ Obama Pokuase ebedwane but wohwɛ video any pictures a obi show ɛwɔ Nsem-Pii FM a ɛkwan a yɛfa so breaking the door ekoko wura mu ɛne ne fie hɔ nneɛma baako mmienu bi a yɛsɛ na ɛkame yɛ sɛ ɛyɛ too hard and the question a ɔmanfo ebisa ne sɛ ɛkame yɛ sɛ nipa dodoɔ na yɛakye wɔn no nyinaa ɛkasa ɛde ma NPP edi ntia me nua bɛbɛm kakra
well on say Ghana ha na ɔman no yɛnyini offer the case of 2-4 versus the Attorney General one case a ɔyɛ law student biara na ɔyɛ lawyer ni biara ni mo ɔman mu a the entire lawyer ni biara ni mo ɔman mu a say one case a shaping constitution shaping Ghana democracy the then Rawlings by or appointee ministers and yet to Obama Rawlings be. So Rawlings as about ministers, Eddie. And an agreement na kwa say, oh, say na me Rawlings minister o. The first term no abo bidi on second term first term me call vetting or parliament. In the second term me say he answer me call vetting bi me go straight. And ma MPP pija lecture bi or take. I friend to fuo. Ekofa attorney general ekofa lawyer Nanado Danko Kufuado ne Chachuchi Kata for the very first time Chachuni Nanado Kambo
at the same time
and omuko defend or court say any kwan say asem near day ebe me was say Rawlings in Crawford now or Bomudi in the first term or second term they should go through parliament GH may or GH men versus the attorney general to 4 versus and a man court no interpretation be about constitution and a Supreme Court can say constitution, you know. Yemfa constitution is say a nipa. According to judgment of Supreme Court, almost say constitution me won't say book. Yemfa say nipa a living organism. A yini a home. It is a you read the constitution now. Me and kind krata no kekentre. Yem ko beyond them no. And tia says mpemfo no mo twa no mo patch say. Now, ye free mo na ye buy and ye bedru Martin Pebu versus the Attorney General. Anna Martin Pebu call Supreme Court say Ghana emra no ema ho kwan sese ye chi obi a within 48 hours yemfa ne nko court na court ema ne bail ana say court yin ne free o ba say ye Ghana ha court no adwuma between Monday to Friday Saturday Sunday court ntenase in this ye chi obi Friday a 48 in beso Sunday ya to court inji ebede na nipa na ya che ne Friday no watimanya ne right na our constitution for 48 hours no ebede no wanya I think 72 hours 3 days what if say court no call vacation and Martin Pebum ya na Supreme Court betu dwa say ye che obi a within 72 hours no say court no nyina atuma the police should write to maybe the Chief Justice. Not Chief Justice, any the MP court be amuna mo MP judge man entrance into bail application. Say in the case kura say court no enya adwuma police for intimate letter na police na on their own no should grant the person bail. And you can say police for keeping the pan beyond the 48 hours or the 72 hours. And on it Ghana ye shape by the buy. Martin Pebu sako file bi say constitution nye firm on bail. Into ono Martin Pebu nyansem no. E wo say obi send a constitution you can say you are innocent before guilty by a court of competent. So will be innocent before guilty by a court of competent jurisdiction there. And you will say nipa ni china you can say the bail a punishing nipa. Because so what you will be na kasa money bail. Now who assume so you innocent there. Any other na money bail. Money bail because so you innocent until say court and judge and say well guilty. And a Supreme Court team Martin people no dey by say in that case you know all offense is bailable. From that time, Martin Pebu echo winning in that case no Supreme Court. No. So we'll be trying to pay to cry or your rights or bail because court bien pronounces or a murderer. So court to share or a murderer there. Any you timi ketelin a right etimi chini too. But say obi kodi bone say or you're entitled for bail. Me can't buy so say Ghana Supreme Court entered a ruling and affirmed the Constitution say obi are innocent before proven guilty by a court of competent jurisdiction. On what basis? And a police former fancy comedy ni Pokuya Obama Moda prison for more than 48 hours. For more than the 72 hours.
Say yetimi kra de because you say na court ama setena court by na about 9 wapon. Ti o de ya de besia na ye gya ma tie for nso e de o comment aba